Ain't they purty? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Uncle Bobby, coming to you. And the reason for, as you can tell by the title of the video, is we're going to talk about Foxbody Fenders. Now, if you've been tuning in, you know the last video I was discussing some stuff, and I made mention in the title that my fenders don't fit, but I didn't talk about it in the video. The video just got entirely too long, and I ended up not even covering it, and I left it in the title. Anyhow, so as you can see, I got brand new. These are aftermarket fenders, straight from the good old Thailand. And so we got those from Jegs, which is like, fenders are cheap. Shipping, not so much. $300 in shipping. And I got a freaking dent, which is whatever. I just took I'm not a body man. Like I preface all my videos, I am not a professional. I am just somebody that's been doing this, doing all my own stuff for the past 20 years. Self-taught, so I'm no professional, but a little hammer went a long way. So you can kind of see a little wrinkle right there. This actually was a fairly pronounced dent, which I'll post a picture here. You can see it. Anyhow, so within the past 2-3 years, maybe even longer, you guys are well aware that the popularity of the Foxbody has just skyrocketed. And there is folks that are literally selling junk, I mean rotted out junk, online and asking $10, $12, $13, $14,000 for Foxbody rollers. Hey, to each their own. If they get the money, they get the money. But if you are in the process of, or you're one of those people that you're new to the Foxbody platform and you're going to restore one or you're going to build one, you need to know that not everything from an 83 or 84 to 93, not every single thing is identical. And one of those things being the fenders. The fenders from the 85 to, I believe it's from the earliest models to 90 or 89, are slightly smaller than the fenders that come on the latest generation, or all the way up to from 90, 91 to 93. I could be wrong. You might want to Google that just to make sure, but just so you know, if you have an older body, if you have like a 4i, the fenders are going to be different than they would be on, say, a 93 GT or Notch for that matter. Okay? So we got these Tony Yang specials here. Got these off Jegs. They came from Thailand. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, some of you guys may know this, or I could be wrong, but I was told a couple of years ago that these plants that remanufacture body parts in Thailand for these older muscle cars are actually just reusing the old Ford tooling. Like, they bought all the tooling from the factory in Detroit and then shipped it over there, and they're just stamping it with what was originally the actual Ford tools. So anyhow, let's get these unwrapped. I've got the passenger side, driver side. We'll get those unwrapped. Alright, so I got the aftermarket fenders just lightly bolted into place, and we're going to measure these, and then over there is my front end with the older fenders. Now, I've been messing with Foxbodies for a long time. Since I was 16, 17 years old, I've been around Foxbodies, and I did not know that the wheel gap, this wheel gap from here to here, is different on the previous years. Now you can see there's a UPR K-member in there. When you run an aftermarket K-member, specifically, let's say the UPR, I'm not sure if this applies to a Team Z or Maxim Motorsports, but when you go to an aftermarket K-member, it pushes your front wheels forward roughly 3/4 of an inch, I think is what it is, maybe ½ inch. But regardless, once you swap in that aftermarket K-member, when you go to lower this car back down onto the ground, you're going to find your front wheels scrub your front fenders, and then you're going to be beating your head against the wall trying to figure out what changed, or maybe your K-member is, the alignment is off, or whatever. So you might be able to find some wiggle room in there, because there is some adjustment in the K-member, but generally speaking, you're probably going to need new fenders. Alright, so we're going to take our tape measure and I'm going to show you. So we're just going to measure from the belt line on the fender here. So we'll just use this as a good point of reference. And so this should be, alright, so we're at 27 and an eighth roughly, give or take. Okay, so we'll go over to the older fenders and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to have to pop this nose off to put it on new fenders. And not only that, I've got to take the Zeus rails that I recently installed. I got to take these off and put them on there because I wasn't aware of this either. I'm going to measure from the inside only because I have my front end is bolted to the outside, so that probably counts for roughly about a 1/16. But anyhow, you can see the belt line to belt line. Okay, let's go there. Hi, mama dog. 20, if you can see that, 26 inches. So there you have it. So now, like I said, I wasn't aware, but these are the original factory fenders. So I'm going to have to unbolt all this. And I've got a bunch of 10 mils holding it together on the inside, and I got to drill out the rivets on the Zeus rails so that we can put it on this car. So, like I said, just that little 26 right there. If you look at it, look, see that you can see. So that technically the factory fender hits right here. So when I had put my front runners on, I noticed it was already making contact with the front fender. So, don't mind my Ray-Bans. This is what I'm using to get that nice point of view footage. So what are your solutions if you do not want to buy fenders? Well, one solution could be run a different size front runner. Now, these are my old 15-inch Champion Speed Stars, I believe, or whatever they're called, Speed Series. Super light wheel, but it is shorter than what I really want to run, which is my RC comps. So, look at the difference in the size of the tire. So you can see, this is a 17-inch wheel, and this is a 15-inch wheel. So you could get away with running a smaller size front runner, but really, like, you know, this is 2025, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to 2026. You know, 15-inch front runners on a Foxbody doesn't look nearly as, you know, it's like the chef's kiss when you put a nice 17-inch tire front runner on a Fox. You know, fill out the wheel well, it looks so much better. So that's that's your solution. Or the other solution is just getting a fender. So I'm gonna put the wheels on. I'm gonna swap them out so you can see the difference in the clearance. All right, let's grab these bad boys. I love these wheels. I bought these wheels like 4 years ago for my old SN95 project. Like, if you go way back in my videos, you'll see where I had a modular 5.4 in a purple SN95. The car was known as Barney. That's what I bought these originally for. Never got to run it because I ended up selling the car. Okay, now 17-inch wheel, aftermarket, or the 90 to 93 fenders. Now look at the difference in the overall fitment. That took up a whole lot of room. Like, even that's going to be close. So I may have to mess with this K-member a little bit. But as this goes up and goes back, because the wheel... Hi, buddy. How you doing, sir? This is Kentaro, my big old Akita. He's 11 years old. Hi, buddy. You need some loving, huh? You need some loving. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I see you, man. I see you. What you need? Sorry, guys. He's a big old meaty baby. Alright, so anyway, as I was saying, as the wheel goes up, it's going to go back slightly, and it should give me the clearance that I need to make that fit. So I don't have any more use for the Ray-Bans because there's really no point of view stuff I need to film. So those are pretty cool. The only downside to them, though, honestly, is that they, even though they record in 3K, you can only do 3-minute increments. And that's maybe here in a couple months when, you know, more people have them, they'll change that recording length so you can get more footage with them. So you can only do 3-minute segments with them. That's the only downside. Other than that, I think they're awesome. Lastly, before I drop the new motor in, I don't want to keep doing in and out, in and out, in and out. Got to redo the brake lines. This is how the brake lines came when I bought this chassis from a friend, and that's how they were done. So that's got to redo that because that looks like shit. And then stay tuned because I have some really nice paint from I think it's called Tropical Effects or something like that. They're out of I think California. Anyhow, I ordered some really cool paint to do this engine bay. I keep saying that I was just going to leave it gray. No, you'll see, and I'm pretty sure you guys will appreciate it. Anyhow, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. And if you have any questions regarding the barrel swap, or you got Foxbody questions, feel free to comment below, and I will be more than happy to answer them if I know the answer. If not, sure, you can find it on Google. Otherwise, you guys be safe. Have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Tonight, oh, I'm restless.